This is Two Teachers Chat with your hosts, Brenda McCrate and Peggy Wilbur.
Hi, Peg.
Hi, Brenda. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good.
We are Two Teachers Chat. So what's the question for today,
The
my dear?
question for today is, we've talked about the learning targets, setting up
Right,
learning targets, and using them to begin to engage and motivate our students
Absolutely.
into today's lesson.
Right.
And then we also talked about getting to know the students themselves, their interests.
Yep.
Um,
And that's, all of those things are so powerful. Okay. So we talked about finding that special thing in each kid, which gives us the relationship with the child. But it's real important to find stuff out about your kids. I think almost every teacher in elementary school does an all about me book or, you know, that kind of stuff at the beginning of the year. But sometimes they get done and put in a drawer or get done and sent home. And the teacher isn't making use of the information. So you want to find things out. You want to find out who likes soccer, who likes hockey, who likes astronomy, dinosaurs,
Right.
you know.
Yes.
You can, I know that you've done this, you base reading material. You'll go out and look for books at Goodwill so that you can bring books in that will engage those kids. And just knowing those simple things, you know, that they're a dinosaur maniac or that they love race cars.
And what I would add is, so I know a student who has, real difficulty paying attention.
Right.
But I know they like dinosaurs. So start off with dinosaur information, maybe easy to read stories you can get online for free. But then I'm going to expand and maybe move into saber-toothed tigers, which are not exactly dinosaurs. Begin to expand their interest level.
Right, exactly.
But everything they say is valuable information that they reveal about themselves.
Absolutely. How many brothers and sisters they have. If you're in a diverse school, which so many of us are, those cultural things, you know, sharing those cultural things back and forth. Finding role models that are of a like ethnicity for them, you know. Those kinds of things can make or break a lesson. It can make or break a class, you know. Always talking to students. I think of any age, but particularly what we teach elementary, on, well, you have an interest in, we'll be doing rocks or something. So I'll be teaching rocks, and it'll be, okay, so if you guys enjoy this is called geology, and there are all kinds of careers for geologists. You might go looking for oil and minerals for people, or you might survey land, and lots of great careers and great jobs. And then that kid who says, well, this was fun, has this vision of what his future might be. But you also go, oh, okay, this kid loved the rock unit, so I found this article on being a geologist and a famous geologist or whatever. So when we read biographies, I'm going to suggest to this child, you might like this biography because it's about a geologist and all about how he got into rocks and stuff. You know, so knowing your kids, you can take that first week not only to build procedures like we've talked about in previous videos, but also to let them take some surveys and find out how, with anybody from third grade up, you can start talking about the brain and how do you learn? Do you enjoy listening? Do you enjoy watching videos? Do you enjoy talking to other people? Do you enjoy doing things? Or a mixture of all those, because that'll help you as well. Are you a musical person? Are you an athletic person? You know, if you can build movement in and you got a class full of athletes, they're going to learn stuff. If you can add some songs and raps and stuff if you got a bunch of musical kids, they're going to learn more easily. But you've got to know them first, because that'll give you the why for them and the how too.
Right. Talk a little bit more about culture. How do you go about And what do you mean specifically by culture?
Well, I taught in really diverse schools for the most part. But everybody has their own culture. Culture can be as simple as finding out family traditions. We hid the pickle on the Christmas tree, and my son, I have all kinds of stories about my son. I won't go there. But so just asking about that. What holidays do you celebrate, and what do you do for birthdays, and what's a tradition that your family has just during the year? Do you always go to the same place for an end of summer picnic or whatever? So write just very small family culture. And then if you have
what's your
different
favorite
cultures,
food that grandma
exactly
cooks for you?
Exactly.
Or cooks.
Right, exactly. What's your favorite food, and who cooks it for you, and why is it your favorite food? And and then if you've got groups of kids, I was in a highly Hispanic school, so we did Cinco de Mayo every year with the kids.
Right.
But also, I knew that their older sisters were going through the quinceañera. I think I said that right. Yeah, there you go. That's better.
Yeah.
And
Party.
they would like to talk about it
For 15-year-olds.
15-year-olds, and they dress up and they do all this stuff,
Excellent.
and the younger brothers and sisters would want to tell me all about it. Books of different cultures, and it's good to expand. Do the holidays, do Martin Luther King.
I actually write down for each student little tidbits of information like that.
Yeah.
So I have their name, and so I can quickly review it. And this helps also for the quiet kids that sort of almost hide. You ask them a question, they go, I don't know. Not many words. They don't talk. They don't often share. But if you know something about them, that sort of gets into the love and logic. I noticed that you have new sneakers on. Did you get them yesterday?
Yeah.
I noticed. And so you're creating these bridges between you and them, and then the learning and helping it to be the why to be valuable.
Exactly. Because that safe learning environment encourages them to take chances. And unless they take chances, they can't learn a lot. And they just, we need that safe learning environment, both them and us. The principals who empower teachers and make them teacher leaders and let teachers choose and decide together as a team. Those are the schools where teachers are willing to take chances. And try new things.
And be motivated.
And be motivated.
That's
and be
the part.
engaged and motivated.
To grow and learn. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Well, I think my coffee's just about
And
done.
I can always use a little more.
Okay.
So let your kids learn about you and learn about your kids, and everything gets easier. Enjoy.
Thank you for watching 2 Teachers Chat. Until next time, and remember, teachers touch lives forever.